I used to do a bunch of research.
But I thought it was just like on Word or, you know, or it's actually on email. It's on any Microsoft.
Mine's on my Teams.
Okay. So you can ask it random questions, it just goes out.
Like, I can put 3 sentences in and tell them to give me a polished email, and it will write
That's
the whole
awesome.
email for me.
None of us have been able to write this.
Fantastic.
It's quite strange. Okay, so that settles the first thing on my list. It's just minutes. And the other thing, we did hear back from DNR.
Before you get together, every year you have to establish the schedule of your meetings. And it has to be posted. Are you going to stay at the same Monday before the town meetings?
Yes, I think it's a good time.
Is 6:30 still the right time?
6:30?
This was Davey wanting to still be a part of the park board.
Just talking about that.
I don't know.
I thought that he wanted to be, but it was a matter of the time. Does he have classes late or?
This semester he did.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying. Which
I'm not, like, if we set this meeting at 7 o'clock, that doesn't ruin my schedule anymore. You guys have families.
It's pretty late for us.
You guys have
That's
nothing.
we're starting to talk.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically it's going to be the same as it's been.
6:30.
All right, every year you have to adopt it.
The entire year you have to put it all out there.
Yes, and I'll type it up because I got to put them in the calendars too. Public calendar. And Thursday, I'll give it to Brad Cage, and basically they make it part of the record Thursday. Don't think you'll have to do anything else, but I'll get you a copy.
Monday for the second Thursday of the month.
I know, it's a bear to put it in a recurring appointment.
Monday, Friday, second Thursday. At 6:30.
But then I'll just give it to Brad, because I think we have to do that. We didn't do it in January.
So what's notice if we need to change a month prior? Is it 3 days?
What is it, 48 hours? No,
Well,
including weekends.
48 hours for a special meeting.
Yeah, I think it's if we do any change. It has to be
Any change.
Has to be posted in 3 spots.
Right.
And
Or
media has to be.
you can do it in your minutes.
30 days notice.
Well, but that's
Well, whatever.
contingent on getting your minutes done and set up in a timely manner
Oh,
so that they
anytime.
can be available.
Are we appropriately advertising our meeting minutes or our meeting?
Brad posted them last time, did he not?
Well, that's what I'm talking
Brad
about.
Cage did.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We have to do that every year.
I understand, but he was asking if we did that appropriately before.
Oh, yeah, yeah, last year.
Okay.
Okay, that was one of those administrative things, and then streaming will then get figured out. We need to get these uploaded to the town website too, so.
Okay.
Could you hear us okay on our?
I have audio, yeah.
Okay. We just need to talk louder and make sure.
I mean, we can do a sound test right now.
I'm pretty quiet person.
Okay, sorry. All right,
Okay.
because yeah, the DNRP is the only other thing I want to do.
You can hear.
Right, so I think the only people on this message were Brad and myself. That's right. Did you pass this on to anyone else?
Yeah, you guys should have.
You sent it to everybody? Okay,
Yes.
I didn't realize that. Okay.
Okay.
So that's on our to-do list now. The next, I guess, we've got February and March. Do you guys have any thoughts on how to tackle that? Do you want to all review it and then talk about it?
Yeah. Do we want to have a special meeting just to do that, or?
Or we could add it to the next month's agenda, unless there's a lot to do next week. I'm okay to meet, outside of a regular scheduled meeting, but, well, one, we have to give, was it 40-hour notice? Does that also apply to 48-hour notice?
Well, no, this is where if you want to have a special meeting, you can call it out in your minutes,
Gotcha.
and that takes care of the issue.
I'm just slightly working to the end of February, so that's, I don't think we should wait.
Well, I'm out of town first week of March and the last week of March.
So you will be here the next meeting.
Yeah, I should.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the second week of March is the next meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't know what to do with it. There's a couple portions I know how maybe to address it, but a lot of what he asked for, I don't. Matt, you? I mean, I just didn't know what he's looking for. Jeff?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know what he's looking for. I just don't, a couple things I do, a couple things we can take care of that are easy, but a couple things I'm just not sure.
Well, maybe, I hate to volunteer for this, but maybe someone needs to arrange a time to meet with Greg, or not meet, but get on a call with him and ask him for a more detailed explanation of what his feedback means. I'm trying to put it on.
Well, I don't know if we need to do that. If you haven't read it yet and gone through some of it, I think we ought to do that before we ask this.
Well, I thought you were,
I'm just a little bit,
all of his stuff's in red.
red is required, blue is suggested. So there's not that much red, really. I think he wants to see what he's suggesting, and those are the parts that, I'll just be honest, I just don't know what he really means.
I'm sorry, say that again, Brad, I was trying to read, the blue.
Blue suggested.
Right.
But I think that if we don't do the blue,
Sure, that's,
he's gonna feel it's pretty kind of
I
deficient.
didn't know if your concern was that we didn't have what he wanted for the red areas or the blue areas.
A little bit of both. Some of the red's actually easy, but it's the blue that I think it's pretty obvious. He says he doesn't want it to be verbose, but I'll be honest, his comments are. It makes it hard for me to understand what you want from your comments.
What do you guys think? You want to divide a copy of this? Do you want to each give it a review and jot out some thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, depending on when I get an email, depends on how urgently like if I'm not busy, then I'll do it right then, but if I'm busy, I'm like, oh, we got this email, and then I'm on, like if I'm in the middle of something and I did something I never went back to. So, I'm okay, I got some time this week or the next couple of weeks to review it and offer some suggestions.
Okay.
So it's not good, I think it's,
Pretty straightforward.
I think it was very verbose, and I agree with it. I can express that concern to Chip. I thought it was a little much, so I wouldn't mind jumping all over this.
Okay. So maybe the three of us can all do that, and then put our notes together at the next meeting, or do we want to schedule a special meeting?
When does it have to be turned back?
April 15th is the deadline, if we want to apply for particular grants, is that right?
Right.
For the Land Water Conservation Fund.
Right. But I think we need to get it to him a lot sooner than April 15th, because that is
Right.
his sign-off deadline, if you will. So,
Yeah.
I agree.
I think with
We should say-
I
Greg,
think
you'll
having a
want-
special meeting late this month or very early, right before our next meeting, so our next meeting we can adopt anything and send it late March,
that's,
So,
like middle to late March, or late February, early March, even if it's,
yeah.
so that would be, we should do it on the first week.
Yeah, I leave on the 3rd and I come back on the 8th.
I know this year
Yes,
What day do you come back?
the Saturday.
Just, I was thinking the last week of February, but that was,
We do the second, or, actually, I can do the second or the third,
March.
yeah. And then I can just leave on the board and just drive it.
How about the second?
March 2nd?
That's right.
Sounds fine to me.
March 2nd? What time, 6:30?
It's still a little early, but it's 6:30. It's 5 o'clock.
Maybe I come at 5, so I mean, 5:45 is about as early as I'm get here.
Let's just make it 6. Is that okay for you, Karen?
Yep. You're up for, as well.
Okay. Okay, this is where you need to make a motion to hold a special meeting. Make an action. Okay.
So I make a motion to have a special meeting, 6 o'clock, Monday, March 2nd, to finalize changes to our 5-year plan to submit to DEMA.
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, I'll get it in the calendar. And I'll work on a few of these things that I know I can do, like you wanted addresses for the properties and stuff. The parts I don't understand is what he says with, this section needs most is to take the data here and briefly drill it down to the park level. And I don't know I don't understand what that means.
Okay. Just generally speaking, what is our approach as a board? This is just to set my own expectations. Are we going to finalize the 5-year plan and then pursue funding based on that, or are we going to tackle any funds or grants that we can in the interim before that's approved, or? I just had in my mind that we needed to wait till the plan was done before we go out searching for funding. Is that?
You can go ahead
Yeah,
and
you-
look for funding. The plan is meant to be more of like a general guide, not necessarily like a milestone for whether or not funding can be pursued or to use local funding, things like that. So, yeah.
I know you brought up some other grants. You want to talk about this? Okay. All right, that's all I have.
Would you all mind if I share a
Okay.
couple things and then probably head out a little bit early before we get done? Speaking of grants, which is why I wanted to hop in, there's the SIA Foundation grant that we had some texts about, and I think a discussion about potentially, for those on live stream, this is Jeff Walker. I think about doing the warming kitchen improvements here at the Vernon gym. That grant deadline is March the 15th, so there's some time to work on that potentially. I'd need to go back and look at how complicated. It's not too bad from my recollection, and we have a relationship with the person who manages that process and can say, hey, we're probably going to submit something this time around. But I wanted to ask if anyone had any interest in helping on that over the next month and a half and working on that process. Yeah. I know you've got diagrams that we can use. And, yeah.
But anything else too, I mean,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, I want to go for that.
Yeah. I think that one has the potential to help out a lot here in the building.
Will you also be helping with that? So that'll be kind of a team effort?
I can a little, but I probably need some help to get it across the finish line by March. There's just a lot swirling in my head right now.
Sure.
And then the other thing I wanted to bring up Next week, the Active Transportation Committee for Jennings County, which if you're not familiar, the county commissioners adopted an active transportation plan along with approval from the town and the city of North Vernon to cover the entire county for needs related to biking and walking and paddling, looking a lot at infrastructure like trails and sidewalks, but also like how do we encourage people to bike more, what kinds of education programs at schools would be helpful to help kids feel more confident doing those types of things and getting around the community. So there's been a committee working for the last year and a half on helping push that plan forward so that it doesn't just sit on a shelf. There's been some good progress for that, and that committee is planning to host an open house session here in this room on February the 17th from 5 to 6. So that's going to be kind of a come and go as you can within that hour. But if you want to learn more about the plan or hear about updates after helping craft the plan, Wayne, then there's an opportunity to do that and get to know some of the folks. I'm involved with that group. We've been talking a lot lately about having the opportunity to work with NDOT to build a sidewalk between here and the county park in North Vernon along the state highway. And there's some good traction on that right now. It'll take a long time, but...
Say that part again?
So that committee, we've been talking with different partners about working with NDOT to build a sidewalk from Vernon to the county park entrance and then up to North Vernon along the state highway. Yeah.
We've got a nice natural trail on the roof.
Down to Vinegar Mill, yes, but not one up along the highway.
How much room on that south side of the...
Leave it to NDOT. If this is for town council more than anything, this is beyond what you probably want to know at this point, but if we can get a letter of support from the town, the city, and the county, then NDOT would like to do a scoping review of that project and understand where the challenges and opportunities might be and what would be the most cost-efficient way to do that.
Good.
And then we could work on moving forward to try and go after some sidewalk funding that NDOT has access to. But that project wouldn't be built out until probably at least 2032 if we did that. But if we start the ball rolling now, it can be there.
I've only been asking for 30 years. I can wait a few more.
Right.
What time's that open house?
The open house for the Active Transportation Committee is next week on Tuesday, February the 17th, from 5 to 6.
Well, we had that resolution,
Yes.
so a letter of support to go with it. It's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. And
Good.
yeah, I had the chance to talk with a gentleman named Damon Brown, an engineer who works with NDOT at the Seymour office, and
Good.
had a great conversation about what it would take to get the ball rolling. The Active Transportation Committee had a meeting last week. They meet monthly, and Kathy Eaton McCallop from NDOT came and attended and shared her thoughts on that project and other ways that the committee can keep moving forward on the plan. And that was a very positive discussion.
Great.
So we've got some momentum there so that you all are aware. But if you want to come to the committee open house and learn more, then you're more than welcome.
Speaking of open houses,
Yeah, that's all I've got, so I'll leave that there and you can talk about Wednesday.
I wanted to mention something before I forget.
Yeah.
What is our current process for reserving park opportunities? Say, because I was approached about, I don't know which property it wasn't renting space here, but if somebody wants to do something at one of the parks, is that a one-off situation? Is there a formal application? What do we do for that?
So far,
Right now we've left it at spaces are first come, first served.
Yeah.
Especially because it's more come up at the shelter house at the commons. And that's just been our response. But it probably needs to be, if someone wants to host something larger like Muscatid Duck, that needs to be, I think.
What have we done for them? Just having that separately?
We've reserved it for them. So we advertise that that's going to be there, and we haven't charged them, but they've done such massive fundraising. They've generously given us $1,000 for 3 years in a row. Is that what they gave this year?
Yeah.
Yeah. So each year they've given us $1,000 for the use of the park.
I know Perceptions has contacted you about, no? Maybe not? Well, they reached out and they wanted to know what the process was. I don't know what the scope of the event is, but I think it's for sometime in the spring.
It's May 16th.
You already know about it.
They texted Anna and I.
Okay.
We're not available, but they
Was
passed
this
on.
the health department? Okay, yes,
Yeah.
but that was for here.
I must have gotten the wrong
That
details.
was for here.
I think they're interested in more than just here. At this, I think their plans have changed.
Oh, well,
I haven't been, so I think that's a larger discussion, so I think we should have a process. Is that something the town would like us to bring to the town and for us to discuss and figure out, or is that beyond our scope?
I think it should be a park board matter.
I think so.
Yeah.
But I mean, this item was already, I think, moving on its own, and all I know about it is for here so far.
Mm-hmm.
Is there capacity
It's
on
more
the reservation system for the other park properties?
There hasn't been anything for them. It's always been,
Yeah.
like I said, shelter house just first come, first served.
No, I
The
know,
only-
if we're looking to look into adding it, is that a
Yes.
possibility, or would we be shut down?
Oh, no, that'd be easy to do.
Yes, we just added like another room or.
Yeah, like we have, yeah, that'd be easy.
Well,
I mean, the only people that have used the commons are Scatterduck, and of course, Museum Historical Society uses it twice a year,
Mm-hmm.
really only once, it goes on.
Yeah.
So, in the meantime, before we finalize any of that, where should I be directing people that want to rent the park?
I guess direct them to me for now, because I'm doing it for here. And that's what, if anything, it will become a room, so to speak, in the calendar.
That makes sense.
And we have the soccer field set up that way. Nobody can reserve it, but it's in there.
Yes.
Well, no, that
Nobody
way,
can reserve it.
we have it set up as a room, because that way it goes into the calendar, so that we know there's a game on a Tuesday night from 6 to 8 or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you might be getting a call.
So that's fine. Well, I'm on a text thread, just started the other day. Amber on it, it just came up out of nowhere. Something to do with Board of Health. That's all I
You
know.
know more than I know.
Can I throw out one more thing I just remembered? Lou Malcolm asked me if there was a place the town would be interested in planting a tree for the 250th celebration. I just wanted to share that. So I feel like we have some property that you all.
What kind of tree?
I was not told, but there would be some sort of plaque commemorating the 250th with the tree planting.
They just cut a few down on the courthouse lawn. Might be a good opportunity there.
Tia still
So is this 2 trees?
owes a tree.
Three.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Cut down one, you get two. Is that?
No,
I think-
this goes back to a separate discussion.
That-
I'm joking. I remember what you wanted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeff, while you're here, we have one more thing.
Yeah.
We had our meeting with Friends of Historic Vernon. We talked last time about advertising here to generate some operating funds.
Mm-hmm.
We'd like to host 3 things with Friends of Historic Vernon and offer advertisement opportunity. But I know you run the run walk was one of the events.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So what we'd like to do with Friends of Historic Vernon is seek out sponsors for Spring Tonic,
Mm-hmm.
trivia night, and like a family movie night. Whether that's outdoors is what we plan, but then we have the capability of having an indoors night.
Okay.
$100 per event,
Mm-hmm.
but if they sponsor 2 events, they get the third one half off.
Okay. Do we have a different sponsorship structure? Would we need to discuss that? How that fits into y'all's
So
plan?
this is what we would like to go to now with Friends.
Okay.
And if that's okay, if you want to do something different. But that's what we were working on, because what we were trying to do
Mm-hmm.
is tackle 2 birds with 1 stone. If we're going to be approaching different sponsorship opportunities for these events,
Right.
then we also wanted to ask them sponsorship for the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And what we talked about is maybe if they wanted to do these events that are only a certain fee, whether you want us to do something different. If they wanted to do the gym, it's just a fee, but if they did them both, then we get some sort of combined rate, but we would have to have two checks. You know, certain funds go to Friends, so Historic Vernon, and certain funds to the park board, the town.
Okay.
Town board.
Yeah, I think I'd be open to talking about that more. We'll need to jump into like how we do our sponsorship structure now for the spring tonic and how that could fit into the overall plan. Because we have tiers broken out.
Okay.
And like we have 2 title sponsors each year, and those are each $500, and then there's a $250 tier and a $100 tier. So if we could figure out how to incorporate those,
So maybe we take the spring tonic off of this,
potentially.
and we don't want to ruin what you've done or interfere so much.
That's basically how we make money. We break even with entries, and then that's all of our sponsorships is what generates the fundraising revenue for the event each time.
Gotcha.
Yes, I don't want to damage that, but I don't mind being a part of something bigger if we can figure out how to make it fit together, or plan to in the future. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah, that's really neat. We kind of talked, we talked about it last time. But is that okay? That's really that, I'm going to make this prettier, but I just wanted to have like the nuts and bolts on paper of what, you know, kind of what, I mean, I'll put our logo, I'll put some things like that, but, and then we could take because this is Friends of the Historic Vernon, that's for the park, and if they did something combined, so sort of, yeah, but they can't, the way you move money, we would just need, like, certain sponsorships go to Friends of Historic Vernon, and certain sponsorships would go to the town, park board, or whoever. So, but these were just sort of the
Can
nuts
I-
and bolts. And if we took that spring tonic off, I mean, that's okay. We were hoping Friends of Historic Vernon would be able to do 3 events throughout the year, and that's a totally different topic, but we're trying, while we were in front of businesses, we were giving them the opportunity to support both,
the Jimmy and the events in the space. Yeah.
I don't think it's for this week.
we just had our first meeting, really.
It's just a great organization.
Friends of Historic Vernon, no, they've been an organization for 10 years.
Yeah,
At least 10 years.
they're a 501c3, which allows them to do this kind of fundraising and then pass it on to the town.
I'm already president.
I just want to know what they do.
Secret's out.
I see the,
Raise money and support projects.
there's a Friends of the Muscatine River, and I wasn't sure how they operated either.
Our goal is now to meet like every other month,
Mhm.
maybe meet 6 times a year, have 3 events a year, and that's it. We raised some of the money for the bathroom. That was, some of the money went through donations there.
But then the grant, was it the
MHS
MHS
grant, was
social,
done. Yeah, the building socially connected
went through
communities
the
grant.
Friends and then the town, and then,
I didn't realize that.
You
yeah,
said,
went through the Friends and then they
you
put
said
it
the NBA
together.
grant too.
What's that?
The NBA grant went through the
Yeah.
Friends of Historic Vernon.
Yeah, the socially connected communities grant went through the town, but the MHS grant,
Right.
which was the $34,000 for all the internet and
Mhm.
stuff. Here.
Just, it's easier to do that.
Sometimes, some grants are only open to nonprofits, they're not
Mhm.
open to government entities, so that's where it gives, different means to support things.
It's great to have that option.
Wayne, I'm happy to talk more about this, or either
Yeah,
just,
and
or
you
just,
put that on the front burner, and cause I don't think it'll be just what you want us to do, and then
yeah.
I was hoping we could all tackle this, just like if we know a business or a couple business owners, if she can get 2 or 3, and I got 2 or 3,
Yeah.
and our town council got a couple, then next thing you know, we got, 10, 15
And-
sponsors, and
I definitely want to have the conversation all together, because whether the Spring Tonic is one of the events that you all use in the list or not, like we don't want to we want to approach people in a consistent manner, and not me like showing up one day and then someone else 2 weeks later from
Yes.
Exactly.
Friends of Historic Vernon being like,
Because,
hey.
I mean, realistically, Spring Tonic is 2 months away, 2.5 months away.
Yeah, yeah.
So I didn't know how early you did your effort.
I'm gonna be starting in the next month, and,
Okay.
and hopefully mostly done. I usually try and wrap that up at least a month and a half in advance so I can start advertising.
Okay.
I've done a bad job the last couple of years, especially last year, but now that we're in a better rhythm of having a child, maybe it'll go more smoothly.
Okay. That's
All right.
all I have is about this, and I wanted to get this done because I knew that would be this,
See you, Jeff.
is that a good number for our board?
What?
I just,
Thanks
for the
just,
yeah, I'll text you.
Okay.
Do you want the dollars?
The dollars for the gym, really, that's this part. The other part of fundraising is for Friends of Historic Vernon, but, it's $500. I feel like that's a solid number, it's a common number, I think. Is that too low? Is it,
How much are the signs?
yeah, I don't know. Usually, I think they're usually about $100, $75, $100.
And where were they? They were just hanging.
Yeah, what they've done at like Aurora's community centers, like that back door, there would just be like, you know, spots there. That's what the soccer facility, like they've only done it once. They did it when we first raised funds, and those banners have just been up there perpetually. It's like that one. They actually did one massive banner that had everyone's logo around.
Yeah, just a small logo on the sides.
Yeah.
So let me make sure I'm reading these right. So if you just want to advertise one event,
It's $100.
then does that include a 3 by 5 banner?
Potentially.
Okay.
But that's one thing we have to discuss. Is it, I mean, because a little bit more than that is like a small banner mentioning them at the event, doing something as when we advertise the race, putting their logo on the race. So there's a little bit more than just so.
So that's one event. If I want separate from the events, if I just want 2026 sponsorship with a banner, that's 500. And if I want 3 events and just what's the difference between?
Yeah. If they did everything, they did all 3 of these and this. These are all numbers.
Would my banner not be at these if I just did that?
I don't
Now,
think we
these
should
are-
have a
these-
banner at these.
These banners are, yeah, because these could be just mentioned. These banners that we're not moving, we're not getting a
Those are
higher.
installed.
They're just something hung up. Yeah. But these may not be banners, they might just be event sponsors that are mentioned
I see.
on our advertisements, and we're advertising.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. I have no idea what the market here is for that, so I mean, I'll defer to you guys, but.
I feel like I'm a small business owner that gets this
That's the numbers you see when you.
4 times a month.
Okay.
Yeah, from somebody. I mean, you get every sport at the school level, you get all those sports again at the club and rec level, and you get, I think that for the foot traffic that we have, the thousands of people who come in and out a year, that's a steal. The amount of people that will see those banners, that is a steal.
Can we put you down for sponsorship?
Yeah, I'm going to be a sponsor.
Sounds
Sorry.
great.
It's going to be like my face.
Awesome.
It's gonna be exclusive banner.
I know that we do full sponsorships for my work that we do, and I just purchased one for $3,000.
Wow. What's that
Or
get you?
a 3 by 6 for the year.
What's it do?
Behind section 206 of the Altoona Herb baseball field in Pennsylvania.
So is that too low?
Based on that feedback, yes, but.
I
don't
did
know
a
what
3 by
happens
6
out there.
and it was 3,000. most of the sponsorships that I pay for through work are no less than $1,000.
What kind of venue is that?
Well, that's
I mean,
that's
it's hard.
like a 2-day conference.
Okay.
I mean, when we do look at
Yeah.
we've run the statistics when we did those Placer AI, and the amount of foot traffic back here is massive.
When was that?
It's last year.
Last year.
And now that we have different things here, we have much more events, like, I think it gets bigger.
Ask your,
Co-pilot.
yeah, ask Copilot what the average for a small rural market should be.
Yeah, I don't know if that, it's hard to say what that.
You can ask them how much it would cost for a small town.
I would rather see lots of sponsors at a smaller rate than just a handful and higher.
Mhm.
Well, maybe we just start here and
Yeah.
adjust it each year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because whatever we give, it's gonna be more than one pass in sponsorship.
Right, and that was my question. Is this directly to the park board? Where do these funds go?
That's what I asked, like, I would like to see these funds for, park board operations, whether it's for hosting programs or.
Because that would be part of the sell, right?
Right. Correct, yeah, like, it's to grow programming here. Right now, one good thing about the library is it's a great symbiotic relationship. We're offering as a town space, and they're offering programs, because we don't have the staffing to do, babies and books, and to do some of their teen nights, and some of their, so all the programs that they're doing, we're getting a library for the space, but then they are offering all these other programs. I think if, as a park board, if we want to start doing programming, that funds have to come from something like this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's a nice square number to start with, and we see how it is. But this is pretty common just for a banner at the park, I think.
What's the timeline on this? When we start?
I think we try and wrap it up by March, by the next meeting, to see what we get, and banners in March.
Do we need to consult the town?
We need to tell the town about this Thursday. But we don't need to solve it necessarily.
Don't know where that value is.
Yeah.
So if I go out and get 3 businesses, when would they get their banners? Where can I tell them to be positioned? If they say, well, who goes down there anyway? I mean, if I go to the library's website, it's like give us a pretty complete list of all the
So here,
events.
so we have, well, probably not, I mean, someone could probably, like, Brad probably has access to see who's booking it. We have church league basketball once a week, and that draws hundreds of people here every week. You have every youth sports team in here playing basketball. You have different grade levels of sports teams running it for basketball practices. We have pickup basketball, like, it's always booked up for that. We're talking about birthday parties, anniversary parties, company parties rented around Christmas time.
Is that Tracer
Placer.
Placer? Yeah, sorry.
But we do need to be a little cognizant, like Jeff said, because I have some contacts that I can approach on behalf of our, whatever entity we're speaking about. I have some contacts I can approach. So we don't want to do the thing like he said, where you get somebody that I already see them, or vice versa.
So we should communicate.
So we need to be communicating about this a little bit.
I just wondered if is that hard data that we can share and say, 2025, we have 25.
Yeah, we could pull that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that'd be helpful.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, because I would do a work with
I'll try and see if I can have it pulled tomorrow. EDC has it, Kathy Earl's been really good at the couple, I've asked her for it a couple times, and looked on, she's.
So that's foot traffic to your,
They can change it, like if they want, if you wanted to extend, it is very accurate. If you wanted to include the parking lot in here, as much as if you want to include the boundaries of this building, it is scary.
and what about somebody that drives down the back lane?
So that's what I'm saying, we would do the building of who's coming in here, because this, and then if you grow it to the actual soccer field,
Yeah.
space, it increases it double. You know, so I'm gonna have her do the building here, and relatively the building, so it knows who's picking up. We also have this data now from the library. They track how many users are getting the Wi-Fi, like, per month, and it's roughly 1,200 people a quarter, so 400 people a month are getting the Wi-Fi. We haven't got our this fourth quarter data, but it's probably even higher because this has more foot traffic in October, November, December, as it's cooling off and basketball weeks are in effect. So, I'll clean this up, make it much prettier. I just wanted the basics to be right there. But are we good with $500?
Yeah.
We need to make a motion for this.
I don't know.
Like, we're not changing legislation of the.
No.
All right, I'll make it look better and get some statistical data, from Kathy
And then
Mayor.
maybe we share who we're going after, so then.
Yeah, do you want to do that for now? Just keep a list or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the easiest thing is just get a list and you put whose name is contacting them, and that's all you do.
I like it.
Wednesday night, is everyone gonna be able to be here?
Yeah, do I need to pick up the pizzas?
Yeah, did we decide we're gonna do pizza? Because we kind of thought about, we talked about doing pizza last time. That's what we decided on as more, but then
Yeah.
we decided, then we kind of talked about like just doing like some other just finger
Yeah,
food,
more
just
finger
snacks.
food type approach.
But
I just didn't want to slam make a pizza now on Wednesday, late afternoon. Here's
Yeah,
my
no,
order.
yeah.
do we have enough snack? I know Amber said, well, I'll leave it, but I mean, if you think about, if we have 50 people here, which we could, I don't have just like little potato chips, you know, like.
Yeah, we're gonna, yeah,
I want it to be like a.
finger food is what we talked about, but there was nothing specific as to what or how much.
Yeah.
But I won't, you know, it's just pizza is more of like, not too.
Universal.
Well, I understand, but I mean, again, finger food is something more that people wander around.
You know what time
So do we want to offer some pizza? Is that what we're saying?
So,
Yeah, I think.
I mean, I'm open to suggestions, I just know what we talked about the other day.
You like
I'm
Domino's?
just teasing you. You're like really committed to being a pizza.
And I don't think we need many, maybe we had 4 or 6 pizzas, something like that. Got a budget?
I don't know, did we talk about budget? I don't think we did.
No, we said we would decide this meeting, like how many.
Okay.
I mean, between our board, our town board, just a few neighbors that I know that are already coming, and we'd send it out, I mean, we send it out to our commissioners, our county, some of our county council. The president of county council, she's always been, Tina has been so supportive of us, and, you know, a few other people that, I think, like I said, I just don't want to be embarrassed to come here and we have a bowl of pretzels sitting out.
Yeah, oh, I know.
Hey, this-
I'm guessing we could have 50 to 100 people.
We could have 25. So,
Yeah.
But, maybe,
Well, how many pizzas did you guys order for the public meeting we had here?
I mean, did you order for the IU?
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I ordered 8, and then we only had 25 people here, 20 people here.
those were devoured.
So, no, I mean, we still gave away 2 or 3.
Sure, yeah, we went over through that.
I think I ordered 8.
But that was a little different too, we were all just sitting here.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a little more, like I said,
February
finger food,
is
because
like-
we're hoping people are walking around There's no sitting down program.
Just gonna have to set up all that stuff.
Uh,
We will do setup, or we're just gonna use the tables.
oh, we're just, yeah, we're just doing what we have.
Wednesday, 6 to 6.
6 to 8, I think we were gonna have some comments
So,
at 7. Like, one, talk about where the funding came from, what we've done, when it's open. Sort of thank a few people, like, for those things, and, what else do we want to talk about?
all those stuff.
Okay.
I can pick up whatever's needed. I don't have any meetings in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So technically, I just do all my work in the morning and then not work.
I'm gonna be done early, I plan on being on here at 2 or 3. I'm gonna take care of the coolers, the drinks and waters, stuff like that, and,
Kroger does like mini sandwiches, like the lunch meat sandwiches.
There you go, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, they do those.
That sounds
I just have to go to the house and get them, which is fine. I don't know that GC does it.
yeah, something like that would be great.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Do you want to do that instead of pizza?
Yeah, let's do that. Something like that.
I can go to Madison and pick them up on Wednesday.
Mary Jo and Amber were talking, I think Mary Jo talked about maybe meatballs, you know, again.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's going to be attention.
Huh?
It sounds like it's going to be attention.
Well, it would be, I'm sure it would be something. But,
I'll get online tomorrow.
I like that idea better. So that makes more sense.
Okay. $200, under $200, I don't think that.
I was gonna say even more than that. I mean, I don't think it's,
You want me to pick up anything with them? I mean, I'm gonna be at Kroger anyway.
yeah, you're gonna have other things. I don't know. You may still have drinks.
Yeah, I'll get some other things just in case.
I don't know. But yeah, I mean, other things to go with it.
It's napkins, soda.
Plates, little plates. But also, I mean, pretzels, chips, things that just, the kind of things that I don't know. I've been to enough of these things, but I don't pay attention to all of
Bit of a-
it.
I mean, they did that today for some.
Go shopping.
You want to ask Amber and Mary Jo what they were gonna do? And then
Yes,
I'll
please.
text it. Do you know Amber?
Yeah. She was here, but she didn't want to stay.
Okay.
Right? Let's say a few $100.
I was going to ask you if there's any update on the bridge project.
I haven't heard anything for a while. I copy you guys every time I get something. Haven't heard anything.
Did they give a tentative ground break for that project?
I don't know that they ever did. I think that's part of it, is their schedule is just so flexible.
Did the library say?
Well, I think the last thing that I copied to you guys that came back, I'm trying to think of the agency's name, SHPA, State Historic Preservation Agency, took exception to the de minimis rule because they felt that they were impacting some historical features, and they wanted to know how that was going to be either redesigned or remediated. That was the last I heard. That was 2 months ago, 3 months ago, something like that. And they took exception to it, which I imagine made everybody who works on the municipal part
Embarrassed.
embarrassed on
What, are they talking about the park?
that. The bridge. They're not talking about parks so much, but I think they even mentioned why can't the existing bridge stay in place?
Well, I wondered about
Instead
the
of
stone foundation, if that's what they're talking about.
Well, they were talking about that, but I think they also just, why can't you keep the bridge you have? Why do you want a new bridge? Because the old one is historic. But it only has a load limit.
The load limit, speed, size, like everything. The maintenance, how long the bridge typically lasts, like design, like everything.
What's gonna happen is they're gonna have to do more justification to remove it and build a new bridge than what I think they originally thought. that was the last thing, and I forwarded that to him.
I love preservations. I mean, I love preservation. However, when it comes to a bridge, I'm like, well, it's a historic bridge. I don't care that it's falling in. And, there's some things that even like that. So,
Is there anything else?
did the library set up the gaming computer?
They have one in there, I haven't opened the door, but Mary texted me, and she has it, but it's not connected yet.
Okay.
And I think she's gonna work on it again with them.
Cool. I'm gonna be in there tomorrow, setting up the other, like, the, Switch gaming station. So it'll probably be later, tomorrow night, so.
I'm gonna do most of my stuff around here Wednesday. Tuesday night's still last night,
Okay.
so I'm not gonna get too carried away around here until Wednesday, and then start getting more and more things out. So,
Do you have anything, Carrie?
No?
Do you want a motion to adjourn?
Sure.
Second, all those in favor?
Alright.
All, we are adjourned, it's 7:31. That's not bad.
I am going to have to show somebody else how to work
this
at some point in time too.
I can add some graphics or whatever.
Can you send me the graphics so I can